be here, ain't
Everybody's here, it's gonna be here. Let's call the meeting to order. Let's move on, nobody here, let's move on to item number 3, which is the approval of the minutes. We've all had time to review them. Are there any additions and or corrections? Hearing none, I ask for approval.
So moved.
My motion second.
Second?
Have a motion second. Let's move on to item number 4, that's the vouchers. We have all had an opportunity to review the vouchers. Any questions, additions, corrections? If not, I need a motion second for approval of the vouchers.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion
I'm
second.
gonna second
All
them
those
all.
in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, like sign? Move on to Mr. Fagan for the monthly reports for the month of October.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In front of you, you've got the October summary for the month. The electric department had a net income of $376,000, and the water and sewer department had a net income of $41,000. Year-to-date difference, the electric department is $864,000 ahead of the forecast, and that, again, is from the hot summer. We'll see how the winter holds. The water and sewer is slightly behind. They're running 22,000 behind the forecast. So we'll see how that comes out. Of course, both are on track for meeting their projected budgets. So I really don't have anything else to say unless there's something in particular y'all want to discuss, and I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions, comments regarding the monthly reports for October? If not, a motion and second, please, for their approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
We have a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Let's move on to item number 6, which is project status reports. Electric department, there are none for the water. Bowles. Give me your Bear Stevenson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Project status for electric. We have completed our work up on Cross Mountain. That work was headed by one of our younger foremen, Daniel Moody. He and his crew and the workers there did an excellent job working safely and replacing poles in just a terrible terrain up there. Very challenging. The other jobs are as you see. We did get our fiber in. We're working on finishing splicing our fiber and getting our comm back up on Eagle Bend Drive. And I'd be happy to answer any other questions if you may have on our project status.
Any questions? All right, let's move on then to item number 7. That is the approval of work order number 410. Mr. Bowles.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Work order 410 is in your capital outlay for $385,000. This too is a very challenging job to engineer. It's in a very remote area. Much of the terrain is inaccessible. It's going to take a lot of bulldozer type work, hand work, etc. And once we finished with the engineering of that and added our contingencies, we're at the 402,930. We would ask that you approve this so that we can proceed and improve service up in that Laurel Grove, Graves Gap area.
Any questions, comments? Not, I need a motion second for the approval of work order number 410.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
You're not gonna fight me on that
Any
one?
opposed by like sign? No business. Move on there and let's call on Mr. Bowles, who is acting in Mr. Fay's absence.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll be very brief. We just want to let you know that we were able to support the efforts of our neighbors in Alcoa and Gatlinburg by sending crews, equipment, manpower, supplies. The city of Alcoa had a death, one of their line workers, just the day before. Very unfortunate, not an electric shock. He happened to be on a pole and a tree fell and hit him on the pole. So I just don't know how you can avoid things like that. But the whole workforce was devastated. They called us the very next morning and said, hey, we're wiped out. We've had these winds. We have trouble. Can you help? We said, sure. What do you need? We sent a crew, a very robust crew, headed by Mr. Moody and 3 other gentlemen, and we helped them for 2 days. At the same time, our friends in Gatlinburg and Sevier County asked for assistance. We released 2 contract crews, and we sent 2 of our own CUB crews. Between these 2 projects, we had almost, well, with the Sevier County project, we had 700 man-hours. We began work on 11/29. They released us on Monday the 5th of this week. We still have our contract crew released, and they're still helping Sevier County as we speak. We had about 90 man-hours in Alcoa. It was all work that was done safely, and the people that the feedback I've gotten, particularly the man at Sevier County, his voice was cracking. He couldn't thank us enough for the hard work of our men. He said they were amazed at what all our people can do and how well they performed. Lyndon Foster, Daniel Moody, and Earl Nix as the supervisors, and a host of men were involved in that project. So I just wanted you to know and wanted to publicly thank those men for caring. They volunteered, all of them that went, and they did a great job. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
That's all the other business. I'll start down with Mr. McBride. Do you have any comments, sir?
No, sir.
Ms. Harrell? Mr. Val?
Mr.
Go ahead.
I want to add something too. Charlotte Evans, been here almost 40 years. She's the one that calls you. She's the one that puts these little treats out for us and gets all these packets together. She's retiring at the first of the year. We're 304.
I just wanted to share the same sentiment I did at the luncheon, that how appreciative I am, and I hope as the board that I know the news doesn't broadcast like they do the fire department for rendering aid, but I saw the devastation firsthand with the power poles, the underground, the infrastructure was destroyed, and I was glad to know that we sent people up to help, and very appreciative of that. And I know those people trying to recover to get back to some semblance of life, you know, that'll go a long way. So thank you. So.
My only comment is Merry Christmas. Let's hope and pray for a safe 2017 for all of us and all of our employees. We are adjourned.
Merry Christmas.